not there. Today is 22nd, right? So no confusion. You have class every day. I will don't get confused. I will ask that to have the class. Okay. Okay. Then, so in the last classes, we started caste system and we have seen MS Srinivas definition and then the characteristics of caste system. Then after that, we went on to discuss one particular question. Caste is not a system of stratification, but a special form of system called as hierarchy. Okay, so can you please tell me a little bit about that? According to one thinker, so can you name him like sapien? Okay, man. Human society is a hierarchic society. To say that symbolically, okay, he kept the name sounding like Homo sapiens, Homo hierarchicus. The caste system and its implications. So what is caste system? Its effects kya hai? Okay, fine. So in that book, he said caste is not stratification and it is hierarchy. And in hierarchy, he explained what is hierarchy. In his explanation, there are 2 points to say what is hierarchy. Everybody, please. I'll wait, no hurry. Yes, everybody. Not special form of inequality. Multiple forms of inequality. Correct. Second criteria. One is multiple forms of inequality. Those who missed it yesterday, listen carefully. One is multiple forms of inequality. What are they? First one is on the basis of purity. So on the basis of purity, higher caste, lower caste. Second one is on the basis of political power, economic power, education, numerical, on all these aspects, like we have dominant caste, dependent caste. Okay. What is stratification, Saurabh? What is stratification? Fine. This is Varna is stratification. Okay. Fine. Okay. Second feature is ranking of elements based on the relationship with the whole. Is it clear? That is the second criteria. Is it clear? Okay. Then. So simultaneously, we started because this particular topic is given in attributional approach, I thought of giving approaches to study the caste system. We have seen Indological approach. Can you name one prominent thinker in Indological approach? Can you name one prominent thinker in Indological approach? Good. Okay. So what is Indological approach? What is India, sounding like India? Indological approach. Okay. Caste system. जैसा वो हमारे पुराणास में describe हुआ है. Okay, we are studying the caste system as it is described in our sacred textbooks. Okay, next one. Next one, attributional approach. You said it is Louis Dumont here. Okay, and attributional approach. In this, what we study about the caste system? In attributional approach, what do we study about the caste system? Iska characteristics, attributes, conditions. Okay, conditions means rules to be followed. You can also say that like Indological approach is approach. Yes, Saurabh. Okay, Hindu sacred textbooks. Okay. Then that is attributional approach. We have seen this, and he wrote the book based on his observations on Piramalai Kallars, and he identified hierarchy as essential value of Hinduism. Okay, do you remember all these things? Okay. Then after that, there are every caste is unique. Okay, in this slide, what I explained is each caste is unique, but in all castes you have some common points. What are they? Separation on the basis of rules of caste. Okay, based on marriage and contact, all castes maintain separation on the basis of marriage and contact, isn't it? All castes maintain this separation on the basis of marriage and contact. This is one feature. Okay, I repeat, like each caste is unique, but all the castes have some common features. First common feature is separation on the basis of marriage and contact. Second one is, okay, interdependent of work and division of labor. When there is division of labor, definitely there must be interdependence, isn't it? When there is division of labor, there must be interdependence. Okay, because you do this, I do that, so I have to depend on you for the other work, right? Okay, I'm not doing every work, I'm doing only one work. So for the other works, I have to depend on the other people, as we see in the judge money system. That is all prestations and counter prestations. In that prestations, counter prestations word, what do you mean by prestation? Debt, indebted. They are indebted on both. I am indebted to you. Okay. In return, you are indebted to me. Counter prestation. Okay, very good. So now one thing, look at here. This one you don't have to write as it is. Separation on the basis of, just write like this, whatever I'm underlining. Separation on the basis of marriage and contact. Enough. Rules of caste in matters of no need. Separation on the basis of marriage and contact. Next. Interdependence of work or division of labor. Enough. No need to explain what it is. Leave the remaining part. Okay. And gradation of status or hierarchy. That's it. These are the three principles. Can you write like this? Each caste is unique, but all castes have these common features. Okay, first one, separation on the basis of marriage and contact, interdependence and division of labor. Okay, gradation of status or hierarchy. Every caste is having a grade. Every caste is having a position. That's it. Okay. Then after that, what we have seen, do you want to explain that hierarchy is the principle by which the elements of a whole are ranked on the basis of the whole? Dumont later expands upon this idea of hierarchy and relationships to the whole in his example of judge money system. Dumont describes judge money system not as economics, but as a hereditary system of labor relationships, of prestations and counter prestations. Is it clear? You can also write this if you are writing a question on judge money system. You can use this in judge money system answer also. Clear for all of you? Okay. Then his analysis of caste system is based on a single important principle, opposition of pure and impure. This opposition underlies hierarchy, which means superiority of the pure and inferiority of the impure. This principle also underlies a separation, which means pure are kept separate from impure. As I told you, in villages, Brahmin colonies will be, Brahmin streets will be on one side. They are called agrahara. Okay. Then after that, intermediate caste homes will be there. On the other end, the lower caste homes will be there. So this is how the village is designed. We will study about this again in the village studies in Unit 5. Unit 5 is about village studies. Unit 3.1 about Varna and both traditional systems. 3.2 is totally about caste. Okay. Unit 5 is mostly about villages like that. Is it clear? Okay. Then after that, according to him, religious authority rests within the hands of Brahmins, but land authority in the hands of kings and judges. So two forms of inequality. Is it clear? Okay. Land money wise, dominant caste, dependent caste. Religious purity wise, Brahmins and other castes. Furthermore, the unit of village has intricate plural forms of authority rather than simply linear. It's not linear like in a queue, you are 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Not like that. For example, you tell me, Jats are superior or Reddis are superior? Yes. We cannot say like that. Did you understand my point? This is not linear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ranking. But Brahmin or Vaishya, we can definitely say. Okay. That is what in Varna caste differences also we understood, right? In North India, Jats are superior. Okay. Like in one particular, and dominant caste can be in one village also. In that village, they are dominant caste. Moreover, it is also time bound. For example, agar wo political party badal gaye, to dominant caste bhi badal jata. Did you understand my point? Dominant caste changes with region and time. But Varnas are always like same uniform hierarchy. So like that. Is it clear? Okay. Language also, language, region. Okay, like that. Then according to Dumont, the study of caste system is useful for knowledge of India and it is important task of general sociology also. It means if you have to know about India, first study about caste system. Is it clear? Okay. And it is also a task for in general sociology also, not only India, because this is a unique system. Caste is unique to what? Not Hinduism, India. Because in India, okay, Christians and Muslims also may follow caste system. Did you understand my point? Okay, this is unique to India, right? Then, okay. Then you may ask me, how can you say it is unique to India? Like in USA also, like in Christians, there are different categories, or in Jains, we have different categories. Like, okay, in Muslims, we have Sunnis, Shias. Is it clear? Okay, so how can you say that it is unique to India? Let me give you one clarity. Okay, listen this very carefully, please. Listen this very carefully. If you consider caste just as a category, then it is not unique. Did you understand? If you just consider caste as one category, then of course it is not unique. Okay. In every country there will be categories, in every religion there will be categories. Did you understand my point? It depends on how you are defining the word. Okay, so if you just consider it as just one category, of course, yes, in Muslims we have Sunnis, Shias. In Buddhism we have Hinayana, Vajrayana, Mahayana, different categories are there. Okay, in Christianity also, in Jains also, Shvetambaras, Digambaras and all. So we have categories everywhere. So if you just consider it as a category, then of course it is not unique. But if you consider with its all features like hereditary, okay, ascription, okay, and like complexity, in what way complexity? You have thousands of castes. Did you understand? Not like Sunni, Shia, two categories, not like that, thousands of castes. You don't find this much complexity there. Okay, and they may not be hereditary. And okay, one more thing, all these should match. Did you understand? Okay, all these should match. For example, from cat, if I remove T, can I argue सिर्फ एक ही letter तो निकाल दिया ना, तो ये बिल्ली क्यों नहीं है? Is it clear? Can we say like that? Okay, so I have removed only one letter. So like that, if all the three letters are there, then only it is a caste. So if all those characteristics are there, then only it is a caste. Is it clear? If you define caste like this with complexity, ascription, and civil and religious disabilities, is it clear? For example, you may have Sunnis and Shias, but it's not that one of them are not permitted into the mosque. You may have some categories into the Buddhism, but it's not that they are not permitted into the Buddha, the worship places, or not permitted to touch the Jataka tails, nothing like that, isn't it? Okay, in Jains, it's not that some categories like say Shvetambaras are not permitted into the Jain mandirs, not like that. Is it clear? So there are no social, civil and religious disabilities. Is it clear? Okay, and what else? Closed group. So with all these features, when you define the caste, there is no caste system in any country other than India. In India, Christians, Muslims, with the influence of the regional influence, they may form caste system among them. Okay, that is observed sometimes. Is it clear till now? So, अगर ये आप ये blue color वाला को consider कर दिए तो then the caste is unique. Is it clear? If you go by the red color one, then of course it is not unique. And SC, ST, OBC, let us better speak less about it because they are constitutional terminology, not, okay. See, instead of SCs, like here in this context, like untouchable castes. Okay, SC is for the constitutional purpose. Closed once again as Saksham. Saksham, you missed last 2 classes, right? Or last few classes, right? Because closed group ke baare mein na, like I closed all these people and minimum 100 times I explained. Minimum 100 times. Okay, some people will beat me if I repeat one more time. Okay, so not possible. My other friends will come here and beat me if I repeat once more. Okay, so ascription, same thing. From when? Okay, political anthropology, see, leke मैं repeat कर रही हूँ. Ascription, बोले तो ascribed status that comes by birth. Closed group means what? Cannot change with marriage or practice. Satisfied? Both of you clear? Ascription means by birth. See, earlier I said ascribed status. Today I wrote ascription. Okay, so you have to think that both of them must be the same. एक letter बदल गए तो like every time, of course, yes. Here I told you that from cat, if you remove T, it is not cat, but here little spelling change also, it means the same. Ascription also means ascribed status only. Is it clear? So caste is unique to India, agreed? So caste is a unique system in India. Okay then. So according to Dumont, so because when something is unique, it should attract the general sociologists to study that. Means अगर caste system को पढ़ना है तो India को ही आना पड़ेगा, isn't it? They cannot study caste system in USA, New York, Los Angeles, right? If they have to study caste system, they have to come to India only. Okay, so if you have to understand the Indian social system, you have to study the caste system. And in general, not about India. In general sociology also, caste must be one of the important topics. This is what Dumont said. But in that answer, you don't have to write this point. This is for your general knowledge. Clear? Can we move on? Then, he advocated the use of Indological and structuralist approach to the study of caste system and village social structure in India. You know structuralism here also. Of course, caste system continues only if you practice it. Okay, why the caste system is becoming weak in some aspects these days? Of course, caste continues today also, but in some aspects it is changing. Why? At least occupation angle it is changing, right? Okay, because everybody are in the modern occupations. We are not Okay, we are not doing the caste based occupations. We are all trying to get some other white collared occupations, right? Okay, so caste system continues only if we practice it. So that is structuralist, like Radcliffe Brown's point, inspired by Radcliffe Brown, right? Yes, Brahmins do business and some of them can work in a shoe storeroom also. Shoe storeroom also. Okay, so we are not working based on our caste these days. Is it clear? Okay, this one is over. Okay, that is attributional approach is over. Just there is one more. Actually, approaches we don't have it in the syllabus. I told you because anyhow I have to explain the major approach, that is attributional approach for that question. So I thought of giving this also so that by chance if they ask a question, you should be in a position to write. Is it clear? Okay. Then interactional approach. It will study about, okay, how much different castes interact with each other. That's it. Commensality. Interaction, commensality. Okay. The interactional approach deals with the behavior patterns amongst various castes. It examines the operation of the caste system in the actual social scenario, how much they interact with each other, how much different castes interact with each other, how much they maintain commensality with each other. Is it clear? Then M.N. Srinivas, S.C. Dubey, Bailey, A.C. Mayer, McKim Marriott, Catherine Gow studied the operation of caste system at village level. So these are some Indian anthropologists who worked on the caste system. Clear? Can we move on? Okay, then A.C. Mayer studied the working of caste system in Ramkheri village of Madhya Pradesh. Kathleen Gau analyzed interaction among castes in Kumbhapetai in Tamil Nadu. McKim Marriott analyzed the network of caste relations in Kishangarhi in Uttar Pradesh. So these are some studies done by some anthropologists on the topic called caste and their interactions. Can we move on? These are just some points to remember, nothing to understand here. Yes? So, okay, attributes over. Varna caste differences completed, isn't it? Varna caste differences already completed. Okay, then, so theories are a little bit slow topic. Let us quickly complete dominant caste because we already know about it. Okay, let us quickly complete the dominant caste. You know everything about it. I just have to connect the dots, fill the gaps, right? Okay, of course, M.N. Srinivas gave this topic. Okay, M.N. Srinivas gave this topic dominant caste. And in his essay, where did he write about dominant caste? In his essay called The Social System of a Mysore Village. Is it clear? Topic name, dominant caste. Thinker name, M.N. Srinivas. He wrote about the dominant caste in one essay called The Social System of a Mysore Village. Clear till now? Okay. Then Dumont and Pocock believed that Srinivas has adopted the term from study of African society where the concept of dominant clan and dominant lineage were used. So Dumont and Pocock, their observation is M.N. Srinivas did not give a new concept for India. Okay, in African societies, there are concepts like dominant clan, dominantly like King's dynasty. Is it clear? We have that also. King's dynasty is like a clan. Do you agree? Okay, in history, whatever dynasty you study is also like a clan, one after the other. Okay, so and so king number 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, so like that. So that is a dominant clan, of course. That clan is dominant over the other clans. Other clans are dependent on them. So, like that, in African societies also, there is a concept of dominant clan, dominant lineage. Inspired from those concepts, he gave the concept of dominant caste. Okay, he is not saying something new. Okay, इसमें नया क्या है? ये तो पता है हमको. So that is what they are saying. Is it clear? Done? Can we move on? Then there are some filling sentences which are not very important. Let us go with the examples. Examples of some dominant castes. Okay, in Mysore village, Lingayats and Okkalingas. In Andhra Pradesh and Telangana also, that table made before the bifurcation, Reddy and Kamma. Tamil Nadu, Gaundar, Padayachi, Mudaliyar. Kerala, Nayar. Okay, that Nambudiri Brahmins, higher. Nayar, okay, dominant. Is it clear for all of you? That is a dominant caste. Okay, Maharashtra, Marathas. Gujarat, Baniya, Patidar. North India, Rajput, Jat, etc. Other examples are Baniyas. This is commercial class. Is it clear? Okay, so these are some regional examples of dominant caste. All are familiar? Very good. So that's why I came to this topic. Okay, we know this topic. Okay, so now we need one definition. Definition also we know. Let us close it. Confirm करके close करेंगे. Okay, a caste may be said to be dominant. Brahmins are not dominant. So yeah, they are higher. There are two types of inequalities. That is what we have seen now. Okay, religious purity के ऊपर higher caste, lower caste. Okay, other secular criteria like economic, political, etc. based on that. Powerful caste is dominant caste. Okay, you tell me like how many Brahmins are in politics at village level or national level or state levels? Okay, not many. So Brahmin is not dominant, they're higher caste. Okay, so these are the powerful castes, right? Money or rich caste. Okay, so rich or politically powerful. They can be dominant in one or two villages. Okay, any caste can be a dominant caste in one or two villages. Is it clear? Okay, so that is the time bound and space bound. Dominant caste, dependent caste concept is time bound, space bound. With political party change, seen reverse. Is it clear? Sometimes we see the businesses collapse. Okay, when the political party change. Is it clear? Total scene reverse if the political party changes. Okay, so like that. Fine. Now, definition. We know, let us close it. A caste may be said to be dominant when it preponderates numerically. I said what? Numerical strength. Okay, more number. Why? Because in democracy, political power comes with voting. So more numerical strength, more vote bank. Is it clear? Then, okay. So, and forget about politics. Okay, in, I don't know, like in your region, like regionally what you have. So in our state, okay, film stars fans also, they will become fans looking at the caste of the hero. Okay, you know this? Did you notice it in your place? Yes. In our place, it is like that. Okay. Then, of course, they will also like the hero based on how they act or how they look like. That is there. But caste also becomes one important variable. Okay. Then, so in North India, less possible because Khans to hai, okay, teen Khans, okay, so no chance of like dominant caste and all, okay. So Bhai may not let it happen, so right, like that. So a caste may be said to be dominant when it preponderates numerically over other castes and when it also wields preponderant economic and political power. Clear till now? Then a large and powerful caste group can more easily dominate if its position in local caste hierarchy is not too low. This point is not, okay, very familiar, right? Let us see this point. Okay, I told you that, okay, any caste can become a dominant caste if it is having numerical power, political power, economic power, educational power, etc. Right? Okay, but let us suppose if an SC caste gets all these things, can it become a dominant caste? Yes, but difficult. Did you understand? If an SC caste gets all these things, it can become a dominant caste, but difficult. Why difficult? Because higher caste people may not accept their dominance. Did you understand? Higher caste people may not accept their dominance. Okay? No, don't bring tribes here. Okay, because we are not discussing about tribes. Okay, because caste and tribe are different concepts. Caste and tribe are different concepts. Is it clear? Here we are studying only till SCs, not STs, not tribes, only castes. Is it clear? So, is it clear? Then, okay, can a Brahmin, if a Brahmin gets all these things, can he become a dominant caste? Yes, more easy. Is it clear? So I hope it is clear what I am trying to explain. Higher caste is not dominant caste, but higher caste can easily become dominant caste. Is it clear? Higher the caste, easier it is, okay, to become a dominant caste. Lower the caste, not impossible, okay, but it is difficult to get acceptance because dominant caste means what? Other castes are dependent castes. So higher caste people do not like to depend on the lower caste people. Okay, in political anthropology, do you remember I told you the power is influence based? You cannot go on daily like beat everybody and get the things done. So power is influence based, isn't it? Okay, so others should feel like accepting it. Is it clear? Yes. For Banya, it is easier to become dominant because Vaishya. Is it clear? In the previous slide, there was already many castes which are not considered. Okay. Higher means what? Okay. Higher means there is a ladder. Okay. There is a ladder of thousands of steps. Okay. None of them are like some SC caste or something, isn't it? For a very low caste, it becomes difficult, I told you. Did you understand? None of the castes that they all belong to, most of them belong to Sudra only. Most of them belong to Sudra only. Okay, but not except like some Banyas or one or two. Most of them are Sudra castes only, but not Ati Sudras, not SC. Is it clear? Okay, of course they are not higher caste. अगर ये higher caste है तो फिर से dominant caste क्यों? Higher caste ही बोल सकते ना? Did you understand? If they are higher caste, then again by a separate term called dominant caste, call them as higher caste only. They are not higher caste, but not very low. Is it clear? Okay, so now read this sentence, you may understand. A large and powerful caste group can become more easily dominant, okay, if its position in the local caste hierarchy is not too low. Is it clear? This is the definition given by M.N. Srinivas. Definition over. Then what are the four elements? Numerical preponderance, wielding preponderant economic and political power, not too low in the caste hierarchy, had Western non-traditional education. I told you educated, right? But educated means not like studied Vedas. That is Brahmins again. Is it clear? Here education means technical education. Is it clear? Modern jobs, people who are in, because those are the things which bring you money, right? If you read Rig Veda, you cannot get money these days. Okay, so you like if you have to get some job, if you have to like become successful or something, you are studying technical education, you are not reading Vedas. Is it clear? Okay, so is the definition four elements, examples, this introduction clear? In fact, you can write the answer. The question comes on dominant caste. This is enough. Okay, this much if you write it is enough. Is it clear? Then, but we'll see a little more. Okay, now. Okay, if a caste is having all four features, it is called decisive dominant caste. It means, answer this question, these are the four features, right? Is there any rule that each caste will have all four features? Is there any rule like that? Okay, hai to चार features hai, nahi to ek bhi nahi hai. Not like that. Maybe some castes can have one or two features. Okay, but if a caste is having all the four features, okay, then it is known as decisive dominant caste because it will be in a decision making position in the village. Is it clear? It will be in a decision making position in the village. All village members should follow that decision. Oh, very good, Jarvis. Okay, then such castes are found in very few villages, but the castes having some of these features are common. Okay, then McKim Marriott viewed that the concept of dominant caste in various studies of anthropological research lies on the political power, which is traditionally called juridical power in village community. Is it clear? So according to McKim Marriott, the concept of dominant caste mainly depends on political power or juridical power. Clear? Thank you so much, Ashish. If three features are there, dominant caste. Four are there, decisive dominant caste. All the best, Ashish. Thank you so much that you came here and told me that. Okay. Clear for all of you? Okay, one or two or three features are there. It is simple dominant caste. Fourth feature is also there, then it is a decisive dominant caste. Okay, kind of very dominant, decision making level dominant. If they take a decision, everybody should follow kind. And according to McKim Marriott, political power is important. Among all the political or juridical power is more important in the concept of dominant caste. Is that clear? Okay. This is one more definition given by M.N. Srinivas. Let us see that one also. A caste to be dominant, it should own a sizable amount of the arable land available. Is it clear? In a village, if one, where it is? Quasi-divine power, like a demigod. Quasi means incomplete, I told you. Okay. In a village, the dominant caste man's position would be something like a demigod. Okay. They worship, they address them like that. Okay, they address them like that. They give as much importance as that. Okay. Quasi-judicial means like semi-judicial powers, not complete judicial powers. Quasi means incomplete. Okay, like a demigod we say, na? Like that. Okay. You know something, in some villages, like a few things which I am telling you, if you don't know about them, talk to the others, like talk to your parents, grandparents, or your friends if they have a rural background. Is it clear? Okay, because like I told you, like one confusion, one student was arguing with me. Okay, she says like, I have seen every girl's caste changes with marriage, she was arguing. Okay, but the point is she was speaking about the surname. Is it clear? Okay, so like that, we don't know as such. Is it clear? Of course, we don't know. And also, we feel it like a shame to speak about caste also. Okay, so if you don't know any of these things, like I told you, like say for example, in village, okay, the Brahmins colonies first, and then middle caste colonies, and then the untouchables colonies. If you don't know this, talk to your friends who have rural background, or talk to your parents, grandparents. Okay, so like that. Okay, if any example is not familiar, if you have seen it directly, then fine, all good. Okay, then. So here, demigod concept I'm saying. You know something? In some villages, at least in some villages, okay, like I told you, the marriage rules are more strict in higher castes, isn't it? So talk, maybe your village is very good, Pranjal. So talk to your other friends who belong to some other villages, or talk to your parents, because maybe your village is modernized. Is it clear? Maybe your village is modernized these days. Talk to your parents, grandparents. So two things possible. Is it clear? I'm not saying that every feature you will observe everywhere. That is the reason why I talk to people. Okay. Then, so now coming to this, like this demigod concept, to say that I'll tell you one thing. Do you remember I told you marriage rules are more rigid in the higher castes? Do you remember? Lower the castes, actually, like in tribals and all, the marriage rules are not very, for example, the very low, if you go, Sentinelese, do you feel they follow strict marriage rules? Ek bar marriage ho gaya to 7 lives with that person only, like that? Not like that. Is it clear? So in higher castes, the marriage rules are more rigid. Usually, like, did you hear that there are so many rapes on Dalit girls? More than in general, violence on women is one problem. But did you hear that the Dalit girls face more problem like that? Okay, so we call that as kind of multiple jeopardy. Multiple jeopardy means facing the problems of poor, facing the problems of being a girl, facing the problems of being the lower caste also. Three problems simultaneously. Did you understand? Multiple jeopardy we call it as. Is it clear? Okay, so rapes is one aspect. Another aspect is the higher caste men will maintain some extramarital relations with the lower caste girls. Like we have seen Nambudri, Brahmins, Nair and all that. Do you remember? Okay, and I have seen in my village that the lower caste women feel it is a matter of pride if they have a extramarital relation with higher caste man. In my village, I have seen that. Is it clear? Okay, lower caste women or girls, okay, will find it as a matter of pride. Okay, they proudly say that, and like whatever, I don't know the exact word to use. Okay, I'm a relation of that particular man. Okay, higher caste man. Okay, crime to hai. Okay, who said not? Right. There are a few things which are kind of accepted, because in the village they are powerful. In the village they are powerful, right? But of course, with modernization, such things are changing. How they change? Let us suppose, like in one village, okay, like zamindari system abolished, or you know, the gram panchayat system. In that we have reservations. Okay, so in the reservations, if that particular village is reserved for SC, then SC will become the dominant caste there. Okay, then the scene reverse. With modernization, the things are changing, but we can still observe the traces of those things. Is it clear? We can still observe the traces of that. Evidence is more rapes on Dalit girls. If you see the statistics, you can easily understand. Okay, more rapes are not on the higher caste rich women. Okay, so more sufferers of the problems of sexual like harassment is faced by the Dalit girls. Is it clear? Yes, yes. Okay, such things are also. Namesake, did you hear about Sarpanch Pati concept? Okay, on behalf of, like, because it is women reserved post, okay, the woman will become Sarpanch, but everything is managed by her husband only. She keeps sincerely cooking in the home, cleaning the home and all that. Okay, so like that. Okay, like Shubhina, who is that gave an example that she has seen a sarpanch sitting on the floor when dominant caste man sits on the chair. Is it clear? Namesake she becomes sarpanch. It means a higher caste man, okay, will make one obedient SC woman to become the sarpanch. Did you understand my point? A higher caste man may make one obedient, जो इनका बात सुनते हैं, okay, so उनको बनाते हैं. Is it clear? Right? So like that. So, in villages, the dominant caste people will enjoy this quasi-divine power. They're almost worshipped like gods there. Is it clear? And at least, even today, none of these are not unfamiliar to me. In Hyderabad city, I can see that, not villages. In Hyderabad city, I can see the position of Kammas and Reddys. Okay, not in villages. It's in fact that at least in the last 10-15 years, I did not go to my village as such. In city, I can observe this. Okay, so like that. Fine, coming to this, a caste to be dominant, it should own a sizable amount of arable land. Arable land means land that can be useful for fertile land, I mean to say, useful for agriculture. Okay, so landless caste, okay, it is difficult to become the dominant caste. Have strength of numbers and occupy high place in local hierarchy, not very low caste. When a caste has all attributes of dominance, it may be enjoy a decisive dominance. It may enjoy a decisive dominance. M.N. Srinivas. Is it clear? So this is one more definition. Anyone you can use. Is it clear? Can we move on? Then dimensions of dominant caste. This is all too lengthy. You don't have to write these many points. Let me highlight a few important things here. Okay, the dominant caste often acts as a reference model for lower caste groups. Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, but here I have to introduce another concept called as Sanskritization. Sanskritization means what? Okay, imitating the, especially Dvijas imitating the Ekajas imitating the Dvija Varnas, like this. Okay, for example, Sudras imitating the Brahmins. Okay, then second example, Sudras imitating Kshatriyas. Okay, third example, Sudras imitating Vaishyas. So the first one is known as, I'm following the color code, please observe it. Brahminization. Is it clear? Brahminization. Yes, imitating the Sanskritic people. Exactly. Who are Sanskritic people? Dvijas. Why Dvijas are Sanskritic people? Because they can read Vedas. So they read Vedas, they follow Vedas. So they follow the Sanskriti more. Okay. So that is Brahminization. Again, we have Sanskritization also. There I will not repeat this. I will ask you, you have to tell me all these points. Is it clear? Same way, I'll remind you, Judge Money almost completed. We are not going to discuss Judge Money again. We have seen Judge Money system yesterday. So like things are overlapping, but notes is not overlapping. For example, in Judge Money system notes, I will give you all points about Judge Money system. Is it clear? Okay. While explaining, I may do it with an overlap, which is unavoidable. Is it clear? Because without saying about Sanskritization, I cannot explain this point. Without saying about Judge Money system, I cannot explain that hierarchy question. Agreed or not? Is it possible? Without explaining Judge Money system, can I do that? Okay. So Dumont's one. So that's why like we have to, but in the notes, don't worry. Notes is proper. Like in Judge Money system, you will get full notes on Judge Money. In dominant caste, you will get full notes on dominant caste. I mean, okay, because you know these 4 points, I will not omit these 4 points from the notes. Is it clear? Okay, I already told you, right? So this will not be there in the notes. No, you will have them again in the notes, because when you read only dominant caste, you should get a full picture of it. Got my point? Okay, so notes will be redundant, explanation will not be redundant. Then, so I'm explaining this Brahminization over. Okay, this green one that is known as Kshatriyization. Okay. Okay, just 1 second, I'll tell you. Brahminization, or we can also call it as Brahmin model. Brahmin model. Okay. Best example is stopping non-vegetarian. Did you notice in most of the families these days, like the father and children eat non-vegetarian, but the mother says, these days I became more spiritual, so I stopped eating the non-vegetarian. Did you notice this? These days I'm more into pujas. So, okay, I'm not eating the non-vegetarian. So that is Brahminization. That is Brahminization. I'm not saying it is wrong. I'm saying an example for it. Is it clear? And I'll tell you two examples. Just 1 second. Okay. Did you hear these names? Barber caste name themselves as Nai Brahmin. Did you hear this? So Yash got Sanskritized. So Nai Brahmin, no, Abhi sun lo, Abhi sun lo. Okay. Then the goldsmith, blacksmith, etc. Goldsmith, okay, and carpenters, etc. They name their caste as, okay, Vishwa Brahmins. Okay, Google it. Google it if it is not familiar to you. Vishwakarma, Vishwa Brahmins. Sanskritization, Yash. Brahmin के जैसा sound करने के लिए. Brahmin के जैसा sound करने के लिए. Okay, so Vishwa Brahmins, also known as Vishwakarma. Yes, that is also there. Okay, so this is an example for Brahminization. Eating vegetarian food, that is stopping non-veg food, is Brahminization. Okay, and in India, like, we have one unfortunate thing. Okay, like even the non-vegetarians also consider that it is impure food, isn't it? Saturday no non-vegetarian, Tuesday no non-vegetarian, Friday no non-vegetarian, Monday no non-vegetarian. Okay, so one day for Shiva, one day for Hanuman, one day for okay, like that. Then Navratri no non-veg, Navratri no non-veg. Is it clear? Okay, so again, most of the festivals no non-veg, and these days they are serving, but traditionally in marriage they don't serve non-vegetarian. Marriage के बाद में एक दूसरा occasion लगा के उस दिन serve करते थे non-vegetarian. But these days, to save money, like they started serving non-vegetarian in the marriage only, because to avoid one more occasion like that. Okay, so in general, if you take any other religion, okay, whatever, for example, if Christians eat non-vegetarian on Christmas, they eat more of it. If a festival comes, they eat more of it. But we eat non-vegetarian, but if a festival comes, we don't eat. Actually, this is something that creates guilt in our psychology. Don't you think so? Because when we are subconsciously, when you are eating it, you are feeling as if you are eating something impure. You are feeling as if you are eating something impure. So that creates guilt in the mind. Okay, tasty hai to kha rahe. Okay, but guilt is being generated in the mind because of all these things. Okay, रोज का खाना guilt से खाए तो कैसा? So that should not be the situation, right? Okay, but still it is there. क्या करें? Right? It is there. That is what I'm saying. What is the problem of mentioning it in Vedas? Because it is mentioned in Vedas that it is impure food, we are eating it with guilt, which is not good. Psychologically, it's not good. Is it clear? I'm not speaking about everybody. See, whatever I say is not right in 100% cases. I feel, Saurav, at least. Okay, everybody's taste is different. No? At least I feel it is tasty. Okay, so fine. Now, coming to this, the green color one, that is Shudras, if they imitate Kshatriyas, that is known as Kshatriyization or Kshatriya model. Is it clear? Kshatriyization or Kshatriya model. Okay. Then for if they imitate Vaishyas, there is no term called Vaishyaization, but we can simply call this as Vaishya model. That term is not there. Vaishyaization word is not there. Why? Because Vaishyaization almost look like Brahminization, isn't it? Brahmin and Vaishya lifestyle and culture, food habits, everything are same, isn't it? No name Chidananda. Name is Brahmin eating chicken only. That's it. There won't be a name for everything. Okay. So anybody can eat. That is their taste. That is their taste, and their like a Sudra can stop eating. A Brahmin can. When Sudras are stopping, like when Sudras are stopping the non-vegetarian, why a Brahmin should not eat? Did you understand my point? They are stopping, they are starting, no problem in both. That is personal choice. Whatever we eat should be a personal choice. Right? Okay. So, in Bengal, fish is considered as vegetarian. They call fish as flowers of water. Okay. I know the Telugu word Jalapushpalu antar, but fish they call them as the flowers of water. If anybody from Bengal, can you please tell me? Anybody from Bengal, can you please tell me what they call fish as in this sense, like flowers of water? So yes. Nobody? So there are regional differences also there. Okay, fine. So there is nothing like Vaishyaization, because Vaishyaization almost looks like Brahminization, because Brahmin Vaishya culture, lifestyle, food habits, same, isn't it? I hope you remember from the Varna concept. Okay. Oh. Okay. So then, in addition to all these things, okay, now please leave about those personal examples. We have to proceed. Okay, to understand, we involved in some general discussion, but it is enough now. So let us seriously involve in the topic. Okay, but some people, what they do is, okay, see, Brahmins, like in a village, who is actually the demigod or hero character, the dominant caste people, right? So then they imitate dominant caste people. Why do they imitate Brahmins or Kshatriyas? Kshatriyas don't have power today. Is it clear? Okay. Brahmins are also not politically powerful. That is not crazy. So crazy kya hai? Imitate the local dominant caste. Imitate local dominant caste. Then it is known as local model of Sanskritization. Clear for all of you? Local model of, I'll give you examples in Sanskritization topic, okay? Okay, see, the point is concepts I can give you, like exact examples and all we will discuss there. Properly we'll discuss there in that one. Like dominant caste, proper list of examples I have given today. Maybe loosely one or two things we have done earlier, but proper list will be given in that topic. So don't worry about the examples. You'll get examples for all the Brahminization example, Kshatriyization example. Okay, like you got the examples clearly here. Okay, fine. Is that clear? So now read this point, you'll understand. The dominant caste often acts as a reference model for the lower caste group. How to live, what should be the lifestyle, what to eat. Reference model for imitation is dominant caste. Is that point clear? The lower caste people imitate their behavior, ritual pattern, customs, etc. In this way, they help in ritual cultural transmission. Okay, so that you can actually, if you write only this one, it is enough. I will underline what you have to write. Right? That is enough. Next point. A dominant caste is not a dominant caste in all places and all the times. You know that? Okay. But if a caste is dominant caste in one village, they try to uplift their members in the neighboring villages and make them a dominant caste even in the neighboring village as well. Is it clear? In this village, if they are dominant, they try to uplift their members. Is it clear? Okay, they help each other. Then, the dominant castes of particular locality act as watchdogs of pluralistic culture and system. Watchdog means kind of control system, okay, leadership. They keep checking whether everything is happening properly or not. Is it clear? Then, okay. Then Anil Bhatt has pointed out that leaders of locally dominant caste may arbitrate in village disputes. They settle village disputes also. They keep observing. If at all there is any dispute comes, you might have seen in some movies like a person will come and he will keep giving judgments, which is not a part of Gram Panchayat and all, like locally famous person. Clear for all of you? So they can even arbitrate in village disputes. So things are fading, but we still have traces of them. Some things are fading, some things have traces of them. Some things became much more stronger also. Like for example, caste system became much more rigid these days. Number of honor killing events increased. Okay, they have given Kap Panchayat question this year or last year. Why they have given Kap Panchayat question? Because honor killing incidents are increasing these days. Is it clear? So few things are going back as such. If you remember, I told you that we are becoming a trendy conservative generation. Okay, people wear trendy dress, trendy lifestyle, girls, boys mingle freely. Okay, so eating pub culture and all trendy to hai, but mindset is becoming conservative. Okay, so few things in fact are becoming rigid, few things are fading out, in few things we find them in the form of traces. Okay, so it's not that everything we are studying here is found as it is today. Okay, and if you ask me then how the caste system is changing, we will of course discuss. Did you notice there are so many questions based on that? Let us see that once. There are so many questions about whether the caste system, look at here. Okay, first can you write this one and almost this one also? Philosophy behind Purusharthas. Those three questions. This one, caste is not social stratification but a system of hierarchy. Yes? Okay. Now, I will mark one particular question, repetitions in blue color. Keep observing all the questions that I am marking in blue color. Okay. Based on historical and contemporary evidences, discuss the future of the caste system in India. It means, what is the future of the caste system? Is the caste fading away or is it becoming strong? If it is fading away, in what aspects it is fading away? If it is becoming strong, rigid, in what aspects it is becoming rigid? So, kya hai future caste system ka? And if it is becoming rigid, why it is becoming rigid? If it is fading out, why it is fading out? All these aspects you have to write. Is it clear? Future of caste system. And this question I'm marking in black color. You know this, you can write Varnashram and the concept of Rina. Can you write that? Yeah. And your questions, daily answer writing questions started once again. Yesterday, I think they have given you the question and the question was from Unit 2. You will get 2 more questions from Unit 2. Today, tomorrow also Unit 2 only. Today, tomorrow also Unit 2. Then 3.1. Okay, later I'll tell you. You will have 4 tests this week. You will write 4 questions this week. 1 is over. 2 more questions on Unit 2. Okay, and the Friday question is on 3.1. Okay, later I'll tell you again. So can we move on? Discuss the impact of, not fully completed, but just like that I'm marking. Discuss the impact of market economy on judge money system. Can you write this? First you have to write judge money system, and you cannot directly start with the impact of market economy. What is the impact of market economy? Yesterday I told you some around 10 points if you remember. Okay, they want in the cash, and the judgment want factory made goods. Okay, zamindari system abolished, cash economy, monetization of the economy. Okay, and white collar jobs, modern education. Okay, so like that, some 10 points I told you. Those first you have to write about what is judge money system, and then what is the impact of market economy. What is the impact? Judge money system is becoming weak, it is fading away. We just only find some traces of it in the villages. Is it clear? Then 8th question, blue color. Do you think caste persists in contemporary India? Critically discuss. Okay, this is similar to the previous question, future of the caste system. They are asking about, do you have it now? But now also the same thing, because now is the future of the caste system, because caste system is an old system. That is not something that originated today. Today is of course like future. So same thing, few aspects are fading out, few aspects are becoming rigid. What are fading out, what are becoming rigid, reasons for it. So on that lines you have to write it. Okay, then This question, define the concept of dominant caste and examine its relevance in the contemporary Indian village with suitable examples. Okay, so contemporary Indian village means you can write about, okay, the Gram Panchayat making it weak. Is it clear? The Gram Panchayat and reservations, political reservations, made the dominant caste concept weak in the villages. Also zamindari system abolition. Okay, so those two things actually weakened the dominant caste role in the villages. But still, even today also, all the examples I have given are contemporary examples only. They're not from some ancient India. Is it clear? So can you write this answer also? Define the concept of dominant caste, examine its relevance in contemporary Indian village. Is it relevant in contemporary Indian village? Its relevance is decreasing. Okay, I will write it here. 9th question. Relevance of dominant caste is decreasing due to Panchayati Raj system and, okay, political reservations in PRIs, Panchayati Raj institutions, isn't it? Political reservations in Panchayati Raj institutions. Okay, so that is one thing because of which the relevance of dominant caste is decreasing. Okay, plus also because of the abolition of zamindar, okay, or any kind of landlord systems. Okay, abolition of any of the zamindari system. Okay, etc. So because of these things, the relevance is decreasing, but still it is relevant, and the examples given are contemporary examples only. Is it clear? So that one you can write. Okay, so as of now that, and we have seen 2 questions based on the future of the caste system or the contemporary situations. Is the caste system continuing or it abolished? Okay, you might have heard about abolition of the caste system. Is it abolished or like we still have it? Okay, so that is one concept that we have. So so 9 should be right. The functions they serve even today. Yes, you can write. Okay, so this one and this one we have seen. Make them dominant caste in neighboring villages also. And Anil Bhatt has pointed out that leaders of locally dominant caste may arbitrate in village disputes. Okay, and they decide the mode of rewards and punishments. They may determine civic and economic privileges. Example, in Ramnad, that is Ramanathapuram district in Tamil Nadu. This is not a contemporary example, okay, but this is one case study kind of thing done by him, Anil Bhatt, okay, did this case study. So therefore you can write, but particularly when they ask like contemporary relevance and all, better not this particular case study. Is it clear? Yes. If they ask originally about dominant caste, you can write this. If they ask the present relevance, contemporary relevance, write some other examples. Okay. In Ramnad, that is Ramanathapuram district in Tamil Nadu, Kallars are the dominant caste, that is Piramalai Kallars. They were in conflict between, there was a conflict between Kallars and Harijans in 1930. Okay, so Harijans came in conflict with Kallars. So Kallars imposed several prohibitions on them. Okay, like Harijans should not wear silver and gold jewelry, men should not have clothes above the waist, men should not wear coats or vests. Okay, they can only cook in earthen made pots, metal utensils they cannot use. Women should not cover the upper part of the body. Women could not keep flowers and apply sandal to their body. Men should not use umbrella or sandals. Okay. So these are all the rules or punishments or prohibitions imposed by Kallars on Harijans because of the conflict between them. And I had to give this example to explain how the position of the dominant castes will be in the villages. But avoid this example if they ask the question like contemporary relevance. Is it clear? Can we move on? Then, dominant caste sets as a model for Sanskritization, like Brahmin model by Lingayats, Kshatriya model by Guljars, Patidars, Jats, etc. Vaishya model by Telis of Orissa. Sudra model by laundrymen in Western UP. Sudra model means what? Like same as first point. Sudra model means what? Who will imitate Sudras? Untouchables imitate Sudras. Is it clear? But the word Sanskritization is not used for this. But untouchables sometimes imitate Sudra model. So that is Sudra model of Sanskritization. But most often the word Sanskritization is not used for that. Is it clear? The commonly used definition is Ekajas imitating Dvijas. So if untouchables imitate Sudras, we don't exactly give the word Sanskritization, but yes, that can also be considered as Sudra model of Sanskritization. Okay. Then dominant caste secure economic benefits to its members and followers and uplift them. Dominant caste often exhibit greater concern for its social superiority, even though it is not so in the caste hierarchy, isn't it? Okay, dominant caste need not be a higher caste, right? Okay, they seek superiority, though they are not higher caste. They seek superiority, though they are not higher caste. So that is enough, like you can ignore these points, okay? Then these are all some dimensions, features of the dominant caste, or give one reading, okay? You can pick up 2-3 more points, whatever you like. Is it clear? Can we move on? All these are simple points. Give one reading. If you feel 1 or 2 more points you can add them, okay? And there are 4 basic levels of, this is important again, okay? First one, types over, that is decisive dominant caste, normal dominant caste. And this one, okay, levels of dominant caste. First one, ruler, means like Banias, for example. National level dominant, is it clear? Okay, popular throughout India. Are you getting my point? Next one, regionally dominant. Okay, like say for example, dominant in South India or dominant in North India, in one region, like one culture area. Locally dominant, only one state. Is it clear? Only one state. Village level, only in one village. So these are levels of dominant castes. Clear? Okay, so write such points because they will be simple and also look prominent. Then, so that is over now, criticism. Dominant caste concept is over now, criticism. AC Mayer has questioned the stress on numerical dominance. Okay, let me tell you this. AC Mayer point is, let us suppose in a dominant caste, are all, like in a village, are all members of the dominant caste dominant, or only like one person will be the leader, or one person or one family is the leader? Only few. Okay, so he questioned the stress on numerical dominance. When actual leader is only one man, why are you speaking about numerical dominance? Is the criticism clear? Why numerical dominance? Because you have 1 lakh people, but leader to ek hi hai. Okay, but I will ask you one question here. Is MN Srinivas correct or AC Mayer correct? Actual point is correct or criticism is correct? In Unit 6, I told you that every time there is a criticism, there is no rule that the criticism must be correct, isn't it? Okay, so every time there is a criticism, it does not mean that the criticism is correct. I hope you understood this from Unit 6 itself. Why? Okay, second question. Why do you feel Srinivas is correct and AC Mayer is wrong? Why do you feel this point of criticism is wrong? Okay, your answer is correct, Mamta, but why do you feel he is wrong and AC Mayer is wrong? Yes? Influence, prejudice? No. Votes, numerical strength, democracy. Okay, numerical strength. Leader तो एक ही है, but उनको leader बनाने के लिए votes तो चाहिए ना. So here, numerical strength is needed. AC Mayer is not correct. Is it clear? But, okay, you can write. You don't change it because this is what AC Mayer said. Did you understand my point? Neither you change the point nor you change the criticism. You may be on any one of the 2 sides, but you should not change it and write. This is what AC Mayer said. Is it clear? Next. Louis Dumont has claimed that dominance should be considered as a purely secular phenomenon distinct from hierarchy, which is purely ritual. Dumont's problem is, okay, dominant caste is like, again, I will ask you the question. So please, okay, keep responding. Okay, so Dumont's point is political power, economic power, educational power, and numerical strength are okay. then why are you again bringing caste here? Why are you again saying higher caste can easily become the dominant caste? Okay, so don't bring the religious purity concept here. Keep it like a purely secular concept. Whoever is numerically strong, educationally powerful, economically stronger, they will become the dominant. So don't mingle higher caste here again. Is it clear? Keep it as purely secular point. Why? Because there are, okay, 4 points, like one is numerical, educational, economic, political, plus not very low in the caste hierarchy, isn't it? Very impure caste cannot become the dominant caste, Srinivas said. So Louis Dumont's problem is with this little finger. Is it clear? इससे problem है. Numerical strength okay, education okay, economy okay, okay, political okay. Then why again you are bringing that low caste cannot become the dominant caste? That is Dumont's criticism. Then, okay. So N.G. Pradhan, who studied Jat clans in UP, Robin Fox, who studied Rajput clans in eastern UP, said that it is not whole caste, but certain clans are dominant. Is it clear? So say dominant clan, not dominant caste. Okay, certain families are dominant. In the same caste, there can be many families which are poor, isn't it? Okay, in a very dominant caste, Baniya to hai, but very poor. Okay, so Lingayat, Jat, Khatri, but very poor. So not that every family in that caste is rich. Okay, so nobody is depositing some 1 crore rupees the moment you are born in that caste, isn't it? Okay, so then why dominant caste? Dominant clan is correct. So that is the point. Okay, and actually 2-3 points of criticism enough. So if you write these 3 points also, it is enough, because you cannot write more than that, isn't it? But let us see what is there so that you can write